y'all, it's Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm on a beautiful day here in Alabama. A little bit chilly this morning, but this afternoon temperatures are going to warm up. And I am standing out here where you can see the green grass in the background. This is the new sod that we actually won at an auction that benefited abused children, and went to a good cause, and we got sod in return of the winning. So enjoying the green grass out front, and it's only going to get better from here. But this morning I want to show you guys what I did after I took care of the animals, and that was to spread a big pile of dirt that was on my mama's side that we used for the backyard when we put the sod out there, because it was covered in rocks and no grass would ever grow. So got Mr. Greg to dump us a pile of good dirt, in which I took to the back with my tractor, but I had left some of it just in case we had some washout spots before the sod was installed. Well, we've got some rain coming, so I said, after I fed the animals this morning, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of that dirt spread out. And I did. I was so, eager to get it spread out and get to use my tractor. And y'all, I got a little bit too carried away because, well, the dirt was on that side, which is my mama's yard, and it had some rocks in it too that wouldn't allow grass to grow. So I spread that pile out over there, and then there was an area right over here. This whole area is basically rocky, and that's why we can't get grass to grow perfectly. I mean, there's some grass growing, but it's not the way we want it. So I took some of that leftover dirt and I spread it out over here on this hillside, and when the temperatures are consistently warm, we're going to put some seed out and hopefully be able to grow something in that little patch of grass, and maybe even get Mr. Greg to bring us another load of dirt so that we can extend our grass in our front area. But here's what I'm getting at. So upon my moving of the dirt, I'm taking my tractor and I'm backing up, and I'm got my blade down in the front and I'm paying attention to what I'm doing, but I got a little bit too carried away because I backed over one of our crabapple trees that was looking so pretty. I see Jason's already taken the top away. It broke my heart to know that I'd done such a thing, because these trees that we have planted out here, we babied all last summer, trying to keep them watered, carrying a sprinkler around, and here I am, destroyed it in just a matter of minutes. So you might think, well, that tree's gonna come back. Well, it might come back. Guess what? It's not ever going to be the same size as the rest of them because it's a little bit stunted. So Catherine advised me over at G&G to go get some super glue, glue the tree back together. Jason never noticed. She was kidding, of course, but it did cross my mind, because I knew his heartbreak was going to be just as bad as mine when he realized the damage that I'd done. Now, that was a crabapple tree, and I'm going to show you what it looked like before I ran over it as we head to the barn for a little update on a new animal over there. It's not the emus either. I got something else. Can you believe it? I got another animal, or I should say animals, plural. This is what that beautiful tree looked like before I ran it down. It's starting to bud out. It's going to be a beautiful addition to this bare area out front. Jason's been fertilizing it and watering it and caring for it, and I destroyed it. But we all make mistakes, and he realizes that. And while he hung his head a little bit in, disappointment, I did too. But things happen, life goes on, and if that's the worst thing that happens to us this next week or so, I'd say we got it made. Here's another one of them. You can see just that other one that I mowed down, or tractor down. It's probably a foot tall, and it wouldn't look very pretty when these get going. And yeah, so anyway, got something that's gonna put a smile on my face and yours. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all about this before I get to the barn. So recently, Marycarl got her braces off, and she had to go be fitted for a retainer, which is gonna keep her teeth in place after she's had the braces removed. Well, that required going to the big city, and I made a phone call while I was in the big city to one of the farm stores there. Just checking, just seeing. They may have any of these. Just so happened they did. So I go in and it was something I'd really been wanting bad. Really been wanting bad. So let's go see what it is. Any guesses? Do y'all know what I have? It's not just one of them. Go ahead and tell you how many it is. This will help things move along a little better. It's 10. It's 10 of them. So now I bet you're thinking along the right lines. Let's see. So the new animals are in the barn, and I am currently walking in the area where we had 4 hay bales that filled up a lot of space in this barn. We used 2 of them today to feed, one to the cows and one to the goats. So I am enjoying having our space back in this barn that is much used. Now, I'm headed in here to Ernest T. and Opie's home. While the temperatures are cool, they live in here and they make a mess, so it's not picture perfect in here, so just close your eyes if that bothers you. I clean this thing out religiously, but they are no different than little boys that want to make a mess. These 2 have, yeah, they've made a mess. But these 2 also have a set of new friends that have moved in next door. How are you boys liking your friends? Are they providing you some company? Are they talking to you? Are y'all having Andy Griffith conversation? Or are they telling you how fast you are? Okay, enough of that. What did I get? Anybody who's followed me for any length of time knows what this contraption is that's sitting right here. And why do I have it in the barn in the milk room? Well, because Alabama temperatures have been cool. And while the barn provides draft-free location, it isn't heated. And it is crucial for baby chicks that are newly born to have heat. Well, we all know that. So if you've got heat and it's in a barn where the temperatures get down to, say, 30 degrees, the heat can't keep up. And that's why this brooder, excuse me, Ernest T., you just knocked on their door and they didn't want company. Hopefully that doesn't happen very often, but that's why the chicks are in the milk room. So I have 10, I told you guys already, new baby chicks. Now, what kind of chicks do I have? We recently got a new, it's a hay wagon is what it is. And we are going to allow that hay wagon to replace our school bus that we currently use. So that gave me the go-ahead to be able to get some new chicks. And 5 of these ladies, let's hope they're all ladies. I mean, you know, they're supposed to be pullets, which is females, but they can grow up to crow, and that just tells you that sexing is not always 100% accurate. 5 of these ladies, we're going to call them ladies, are copper marans, or marans, as some people say. I don't believe there's a right or wrong. And 5 of these ladies are Americanas. I see I have one with a little, they call that pasty hiney. And I'm going to say hiney because the other doesn't sound good. So I'm going to get her cleaned up and get her an adjustment, because that kind of blocks their passageway and they need to be able to excrete, if you know what I mean. But The Americanas, Marycarl picked out the colors. So you can probably tell the 5 that are Marans because they all look alike. They're kind of black and white. And then the Americanas, there's a couple of blue ones and then some that have some white on them. So we're going to get these girls raised up in this brooder. And y'all, I can't tell you, if you're new to getting chicks and you want something or you're buying something to raise your chicks in, let's just say you go to the feed store and you buy a big trough. I'll let y'all watch these silly fellas while I talk. That'll be better than watching me talk. Let's just say you go to a feed store and you buy a 8-foot long feed trough to put your chicks in. You have already spent just about the amount that you could buy this brooder from, which I absolutely love because it has a heating element in it. You can see, let's see, right there in the top. You see that flashing thing? That's a bulb that's about to go dead, but the bulb just supplies them light. It doesn't supply heat. Let's get that out of there right now. Nobody wants to see a flashing light bulb, chicks included. I've got a replacement, but it's just for adding them light so they were not in the dark. But this brooder is from GQF, and they're a company out of Georgia. And we've had this for years. We've got several units that will actually stack on top of each other. And we have one that's called a grow out pen, and it does not have the heater in it. That's for when the chicks get so big they can't fit with the heater on top. And they literally just stack on top of each other. But y'all, if you're new to chicks and you want a way to keep them warm and keep them clean and keep without them, it's literally, I mean, it's not mess free. It's not like Opie and Ernest T though. This is what you call a mess. If y'all could fit in this brooder, you'd be in there. But I have a feeling you might have to have a convertible because this wouldn't hold your heads in very good. You need some T-tops or a sunroof or something because there is no way possible that you 2 tall fellas could fit in this brooder. But it would be nice if you could because it'd eliminate all my mess. And see what happens with this is you have a tray down below. Now I just use what I call dog pads and fold them over and put it in there. But that tray comes out and you just empty out. And it's literally mess free, draft free. Now I do have it in here. It's still not going to keep up with that cold that the garage offers without heat supplement. It still needs to be in an area that has controlled temperatures. Boys, I'm going to get to y'all in just a minute, okay? We're talking about your new neighbors right now. We're talking about them. Y'all will get your chance. I know you're stove up. You haven't been able to go outside. A little bit cool, but hopefully later this afternoon. And you're about to come around the back of the brooder, sir. No, 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 no. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up. We changed the names for a reason. That big tall guy right there, that big tall white guy, his name is now Ernest T. And little blondie here is Opie. And y'all just see that was justified 100%. Because if there is a bad one out of the 2, it would be Ernest T. He gets in a lot of trouble, doesn't he, Opie? Somebody's going to need to keep these boys in line. And Sheriff Nugget is going to do just that when y'all are big enough. Now that you've seen my new chicks here, I am going to run to town real quick because I got an idea and I want to make sure these girls are there before I tell you what it is. So y'all come on and we're going to go to town and just check out. Whew! It's warming up, y'all. It is warming up. I have shed my jacket and I am getting in my car to go to town to see if I can't find some little girls. Now that's your hint. Where do you think I'm going? Y'all come on and let's go. So I told y'all we were going on a surprise and we are in front of our Clanton Wendy's where there are some Girl Scouts out here and they're supposed to be selling something. I'm not sure what, but I'm gonna go over and see if they have, if they're Girl Scout set up, you would think they'd have cookies, right? Uh-oh, I think I may be onto something. I see cookies. And I see Girl Scouts. And I see 2 little Girl Scouts here. Who are y'all and what are you doing? What's your name?
Abigail.
Abigail. And what's your name?
Maddie.
Well, just so happens that I've met Maddie before, and that was in front of J&J Print Shop when I was picking up some books. So tell me, girls, what are you doing out here?
We're raising money to go to Savannah, Georgia to see Juliet Gordon-Lowe's birthplace.
All right, Maddie, tell me her name again. Juliet
Gordon-Lowe.
Gordon-Lowe. Juliet Gordon-Lowe. And who is that?
She is the one that started Girl Scout and the founder of Girl Scout.
The founder of Girl Scouts. And you're going to go to her house
Yes.
in Savannah, Georgia.
Yes.
With the money that you raise from cookie sales. That is pretty awesome. So it's your troop from where tell me more about where y'all are from. You're all from Clanton, your troop, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Or from Chilton County, I should say. And y'all are going to get together and go on a big trip to visit the founder's house?
Yep.
Okay, so I've never been to Savannah, Georgia, and I was only a Girl Scout for one day. Do you think I could still be a Girl Scout? I might be a little old, huh?
You could probably be a Girl Scout leader.
Oh, there you go. Now you're thinking. Well, that is a great idea, and there may be some Girl Scout leaders out there watching this video. So sales from cookies from various troops go to fun projects that the Girl Scouts do. Well, I'm going to buy some cookies today, and I got to ask y'all, Abigail, what is your favorite cookie that the Girl Scouts sell?
I would say either Samoas or s'mores.
Samoas or s'mores. What about you, Maddie?
I like the cinnamon or the Adventurefuls.
Adventurefuls. And you know what? That's what I bought when I was at J&J Print Shop because you told me about them. And guess what? I ate the whole box, Maddie, and I'm back for another one. So I don't know if this is going to be good for me or not, but we're not going to talk about that. So here's my plan, girls. I have this machine and it's called a freeze dryer. And what it does is it takes the moisture out of food, and so it preserves it for a long time and it makes it to where it can sit on your shelf. Well, since Girl Scout cookies are not available year around, isn't that right? Don't y'all only sell Girl Scout cookies at a certain time?
Uh-huh.
And I have a flavor that I like in mind, but I can't freeze dry chocolate. So I'm thinking if I freeze dry some of these other ones that I like, then I can have me a Girl Scout cookie when it's not even Girl Scout cookie time. What do y'all think?
Probably.
Probably. All right. Well, you don't know the outcome until you try it. That's for sure. So can you girls tell me about some cookies that you have that don't have chocolate in them? Mom, if you want to give her the sign, she can probably.
I know what it is.
Oh, you know what they are? Okay. Well, we're going to look at the sign and you're going to talk through it at the same time.
The Lemon Ups,
Lemon Ups.
which don't have chocolate.
Okay.
The Dosey Does.
I remember those. Those are great. Those have been around a long time.
The Truffles, which we don't have right now.
Okay.
And
The truffle is the oldest cookie.
and then there's Toffee-tastic.
Oh, I got those too, Maddie. And those were, I said that Adventurefuls were my favorite, but I may have told a story.
And those are the 4 cookies.
Okay.
The Toffee-tastics goes good with coffee. Yeah.
Oh, yes, they do. They go good with anything. I don't care if you're drinking orange juice, they'd be good. So you got 8 cookies that you guys offer. Is that right? Or is it more than that?
9.
9 cookies. Which one's not on here?
The toffee. The
Toffee-tastic.
s'more.
Okay.
And the s'mores on there.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it is.
And the
I think that's it because there's 8 on here and you offer 9. Is there any way that people that are looking for Girl Scout cookies that don't live in Clanton, do you know of any way they can get Girl Scout cookies where they live?
You could go to girlscouts.org.
Girlscouts.org. Okay. There you go, Abigail. That's I was wanting to know if that was information that was available. So everybody loves a Girl Scout cookie, I think. There's one that's going to suit everybody's taste. And I want to know what our followers' favorite Girl Scout cookie is. So followers, I am encouraging you to comment below with what your favorite cookie is, because I need to know if it may be the same one that Abigail likes, or Maddie likes, or maybe the one that Brooke likes, which is 9 different ones that Brooke likes. I like them all. So these girls are going to get me fixed up with some Girl Scout cookies, and I encourage you to reach out to girlscouts.org. Find a Girl Scout in your area that's selling cookies to help with whatever project they have going on. Well, while we were talking about the 9 different flavors that are offered, there is an important bit of information that you need to tell me about one of these cookies, right, Abigail and Maddie? Which one is that?
This is the Girl Scout s'mores.
The Girl Scouts, you got me mixed up. The Girl Scout s'mores are only going to be offered this year, and they're discontinuing them. Yes. Wow! So if you are a fan of the Girl Scout s'mores, this is your last chance, folks. Get out and get those cookies. Get you a freeze dryer too, because you know, with that little, you could freeze them. That's a good idea. What else could you do with them?
You could put them in the microwave for 8 seconds and they taste like a real s'more.
What? Are you kidding me?
The marshmallow gets all gooey and it tastes like a real one.
You know, I asked which ones didn't have chocolate in it for my freeze drying project, but I'm going to get some of those just for other uses. All right, so Mom, tell me how long Girl Scout cookies are going to be sold till?
We're selling cookies till March the 16th. That's the last
And
day.
that's nationwide, right?
No.
No, it's not nationwide.
That's
okay.
just Alabama.
Alabama is March the 16th, so you'll go to girlscouts.org and maybe find out some different dates for your area. But Alabama's March the 16th, and I have a feeling I'm going to gain 16 pounds in between now and March the 16th.
Yes.
All right, girls, thank you so much for being a part of this, and I will let you girls know how my project goes when I come back and buy more Girl Scout cookies. Well, y'all, that was fun. I hope y'all had fun too. You know, I just kind of feel like one of our missions in life is to make people smile and to find happiness. And I tell you, if it's buying a box of Girl Scout cookies and letting those girls tell you what their mission is for, let them talk. Give them a smile. Buy a box of cookies if you can, and just do your best. Just do your best to be happy and to help make others happy. So I appreciate those little Girl Scouts that were set up today, just for their conversation, regardless if I were to record them or not. I enjoyed seeing their smiling faces, and I hope you did too. And these are going in the house, and we're going to get on a project here soon and see how Girl Scout cookies turn out when they're freeze dried. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and y'all be good.